speaking of the park, Jonathan and I were there a couple weeks ago, and because Jonathan was like, well, I want to set up, he's bought the, I don't know if you've seen this, like, people in parks or things will, like, set up the hammocks and just set up shop for a couple hours. I know when I went to the college I went to in undergrad, there were a couple people who owned those hammocks and would do that on, like, college campus, which, like, fair, there were a lot of trees there, but we were paying $1,000, or thousands of dollars for, rather, was to maintain the fucking grass and the trees, you know? And so he was like, I want to set up shop, I want to set up a hammock somewhere. And I was like, okay, we can walk around this park, it's, like, a nice park, big, I like it. Plus, like, we're playing Pokemon Go, so I was like, totally gonna be some stops and raids and things to do there, so it'll be great. It'll be a good day. We go, and it's like 50s. Like, it's pretty chill. For me, it's pretty chilly, right? And so we, like, walk around. It was okay, because it was, like, sunny enough. We set up shop. We try to hit, like, a sunny spot. Yeah! We tried to hit a sunny spot, which we did. But, like, the wind... Oh, you did it. Cool. The wind would go under our hammock. So, like, we looked like crazy people, because with it being chilly, he was like, I brought a blanket. And I'm thinking, like, a small, reasonable-sized blanket. He brought, like, a queen-size thick blanket. Wow. So it's, like, us in a hammock, somewhere where people can fully see us if we're doing the lap around the park. And with this thick, queen-size blanket, fully covered up all the way to our necks, as we were cold, with our backs freezing. What we also didn't know was when we went, there was some sort of festival going on. So there were a lot of people walking around. Part of the festival was like, I don't know exactly the context, but it was like pajama day. It was like, not to be offensive in any way, it was genuinely some sort of like Jewish thing. Because I like literally heard somebody talking about it. And they were in pajamas. And I was like, okay. So people were wearing PJs, which I was like, well, that's weird. You guys look weird. But the part of the festival was like doing a lot of walking in groups. So it was just like a lot of people in a lot of groups doing laps around and just like watching us like fucking zoo animals. I just kept pretending to be asleep. I was like, I cannot see. I don't want this.
Sometimes life is easier when you cannot see like that.
I was like, I cannot see. But to be fair, there was like a couple people who actually seemed like jealous, and that made me feel a little bit good, even though I was like, we must look.
Please understand, this is not a good time.
Yeah. I did enjoy myself, minus the fact that my back was cold. But like, other than that, it was comfy as fuck.
I think these are on special.
Ooh. Do it. Get it.
May as well stock up. It's pretty good music.
Guys, in the year 2021, Black Eyed Peas has come out with a new song.
Oh, fuck. You know what's really wild?
Yeah.
So I'm listening to My Brother and Me from start to finish.
Yeah.
Which takes a long time.
Of course.
And I'm picking up from like episode like 20.
Yeah.
So right now I think I'm in like the 60s.
Okay.
Very recently I heard the episode where they start off by announcing that the Black Eyed Peas have broken up. So this feels very...
Yeah, no. The Black Eyed Peas came out with a song in the year of our Lord and Savior 2021. And I don't care what anybody says who's listening to this. She's like, yeah, I've heard it again. Fuck you. I love it. I love the song, unironically. I think it's very much like a Black Eyed Peas song, but in 2021, which like that is the year it's coming out in, right? So like it's got like the more modern vibes, but it feels like Black Eyed Peas. Now Fergie's not there, but they have gotten two other featured like female artists who like I like it. They do good work. I can't remember their names right now, unfortunately. But yes.
I wonder if that's why they broke up, because Fergie was just like insufferable. She just kept peeing her pants everywhere she went.
I think I did, like, all joking aside, I think that is why they broke up. I think it was because of Fergie. So I think now they're back together, but like not Fergie, because the Black Eyed Peas existed before Fergie. They were their own
and they
thing.
will exist long after her.
Yeah, it seems like it. Tony, I'm gonna use your bed since you're not using it to put my feet in.
The operative "your" is Teddy, by the way. I don't just have a bed up here.
Oh yeah. I said Teddy, didn't I? I said Teddy. I'm gonna use your bed.
You said "your."
Oh.
I don't have 35K.
Ah, we're getting there though. We got like
Yeah.
32 or 33. It's just you spent some on sushi right now, which we do need it. So like,
You also told me to do it,
yeah.
so I'm gonna put that on you.
But you needed it for the battles coming up.
I'm
My
just
point's not
gonna
invalid.
put it on you.
Fuck you.
Where's... Oh, we're very close. We need like 600.
Oh, never mind. I thought we were.
I guess I can do the recycling bit some more.
Yeah.
Tell you what though, I'm gonna take a quick break here.
Okie dokie.
Cause my tummy's hurting.
Okay.
Gonna be real.
That's fair.
And we're back. Sorry about that, folks. Yeah.
When did we last use the toilet in this game?
I think just now.
Oh, okay.
Before...
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, real quick though, let me...
No. No, real quick. Only start.
Oh, wait, there's a
Oh,
battle over here?
oh me.
No, it's the other way.
Oh, good quick turnaround. Oh,
Thank-
there you go.
No, still not that way.
No?
I gotta, like, get up more.
Oh. Are we gonna be able to?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Whoop.
Whoop.
Oh, God.
No. Hyper
Wait.
speed into nothing. Yeah, other way.
There's defense missions. I didn't even look at them. The
Oh, I see him.
sword icon.
Yeah.
Cross sword icons. Oh, got some popping. Yeah. So we were actually just talking about how we, I was re-listening to a Bim Bam.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
And,
Transform!
in a similar vein, through those episodes, Griffin at one point mentions that, he gets very upset about somebody asking, like, is it okay to use the opposite gender toilet if it's, like, a single-seater and there's no line for it, but the line for my gender toilet is, like, way
Change
too long.
Bougainvillea!
And he got very upset and was just like, absolutely, because for me, anytime I have to use the bathroom, it's an emergency, because I've got
That's
IBS.
huge!
I remember thinking in the moment, like, oh, that's kind of funny. And, like, I do that, and I'm just like, oh, shit. I'm pretty sure I got IBS.
Oh, God damn it. Diagnosis unlocked, you know?
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like when we were like, huh, maybe you've got ADHD, bro.
yeah.
And it was like, oh, actually, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, yeah,
That would explain many of the things.
yeah. Like, I mean, I spent years being like, I don't have anxiety, you know? And then finally I was like, oh, I very obviously probably don't. Oops. And on that note, too, like, I have less tummy trouble than you, but I've been having a lot of tummy trouble to the point that, like, I have an appointment with GI in January. Because, like, I think I talked about the fact that on our most recent Ecuador trip I had oyster, which didn't go well for me. And, like, you know, GI bugs hurt, sure. They were gonna last a little bit of time, but I had, like, pain and, like, sensitivity to certain foods for, like, 2 to 3 weeks. And that just doesn't feel normal. So I, like, addressed this with my primary care, and he was like, yeah, that's not... On top of, like, the fact that you have, like, random bouts of pain that push you to the floor, like, that's not... So, I will be being seen, and we will see what happens. Fingers crossed, it's nothing. Yeah, and of course I felt like it was done because last night, again, couldn't go to the Japanese place we wanted to go to, which was sad. So we instead went to Chili's, and I, of course, was like, well, gotta have my boneless buffalo wings. And, like, halfway through eating them, I was like, I've made a poor life decision because my tummy's hurt. But damn it, it was good. Don't regret it. 5 out of 5.
For a minute, I got very confused earlier when I was looking for the fudge. Don't judge, y'all. I looked for the fudge in the trash.
No, fair.
But I saw Chili's boxes, and I was like, Oh, because I had chilies like earlier in the week early last week.
Yeah.
And I was like, so is Mom just throwing away everything I own? And then I remembered, no, I finished that food, dog.
Yeah.
Oh, it says off to the side.
Probably gotta get it again though.
Okay.
I just
Time to say goodnight.
Yeah.
Oh, nice and red. We can see it on the OBS screen though.
Yeah.
But yeah. Listen, I don't have a formal diagnosis for a lot of things, but that doesn't mean things aren't happening.
Strong evidence.
Like, strong, ongoing for many years evidence of the IBS thing. Also, strong evidence for many years of me possibly having ADHD.
Yeah.
But doctors, expensive.
Dr. Expensive. Well, this is one of those things that we just like didn't think about or look at or acknowledge or whatever until like recently. I guess. Like I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Expensive. I got the bill back for, again, the primary care visit I just mentioned where I was like, hey, I've been having tummy trouble. Just the lab to test if I had H. pylori, which came back negative, after insurance was like $45. And that was like me just like breathing into a thing, which like, I mean, that's not me trying to discredit like the lab people. They did their job, which was just me breathing into a thing to check for specific bacteria. Fine, but I was like, damn dog. That was after insurance, that thing was expensive. And then the actual visit was like $200. Yeah.
Strawberry. Right on.
It's one of the few times I'm like okay with the bill being back because of the fact that like I actually had like a real conversation with primary care. And I'm sure a lot of people go to the doctor and they talk to me for like 5 minutes or less and they barely look at me. And sadly, that is the reality of what some African healthcare have been. But like I can say that I am fortunate that the job I this time around, I was pretty good at it. My last annual visit, I was really disappointed. That's the time where he was kind of went like, person, like kind of offhandedly walking, like checking me, and I was like, no. And then I like talked to you about this, and he was like, well, you're like, why didn't you address the fact that anxiety? I was like,
God, we talked about this recently, just one-on-one. But there's we obviously are big old nerds. We listen to a lot of actual play D&D podcasts. Including Dungeons and Dragons, or Dungeons and Daddies, sorry.
yeah.
And one of my favorite bits, hands down, in that show, is when the stepdad Ron goes for therapy with Dr. Not Me, who has been mentioned a couple times in the show up to that point.
Yeah.
And so Dr. Not Me kicks off the session by... I think I got hit like one time during that entire fight. Dr. Not Me kicks off the session by being like... Kill! That's exactly what happens.
No.
No. Dr. Not Me says, like, okay, so, let's talk about your father. And Ron's like, oh, that's a heavy subject, I don't know. And he's like, okay, well, why don't we talk about what you want to talk about? What's going on? How are you feeling? Oh, I'm nervous because I have to face my dad. It's just like so fucking perfect.
Yeah,
It's like, hey, why didn't you address your anxiety with your doctor? I got anxious.
I got anxious.
Like, you idiot.
Yeah. I mean, that's literally like, again, I expressed that I always have a hard time sleeping the night before, the night before exam or something like that because
We've gotten a lot of scorpions
and
so,
full disclosure, and don't... I'm trying to figure out how to word this. I thought about taking an anxiolytic, but I was too...
Because, hey, spoiler alert, anxiety runs in our family.
Yes, which I am not encouraging you to take medications that are not yours. I'm just going to put that disclaimer there.
I am.
Also,
partied up.
Actually, let me say this.
No,
I am not speaking as a provider right now. I am speaking as a human being, and not.
But I
with
am.
no qualifications and nothing more. So I thought about taking.
That's very dangerous. dangerous for me to even pretend to be a provider.
Yeah.
God, we were having
No.
a laughing fit while making. I'll circle back. I'm sorry, I interrupted.
No, you're fine. I thought about taking the anxiolytic to hopefully help my sleep because I had a feeling.
Which,
it would be kind
for
of
the
rough.
layman, Zanny.
Well, yeah. There are many. I wasn't going to be specific, but fine.
Well, yeah,
I
but
thought-
anxiolytic might not mean anything to a lot
Okay, I
of
thought
people.
about Xannying up, okay? Which I've never done before, and I was too anxious about what the side effects would be, so I didn't take it to help my sight.
And that's it. It's the circle of life.
Alright.
So we were. So to give a little bit of context, one of our neighbors recently died of cancer.
Yeah.
And we're not like friends with those neighbors, but they live like right next door to us, like behind us.
The backyards are connected. Back
Yeah,
to
like
back.
once upon a time there wasn't a fence between our yards. Like
just like bushes.
yeah. And like the widow has always been nice to us.
Yeah, she's
And
So we were like, I was like, hey, I've been wanting to make Milano cookies anyway. Let's make some with the intent of giving them some as like a, hey, sorry for your loss kind of token.
yeah.
And Bubbie was like, you know what? That's a great idea. Let's go ahead. And she happened to be grocery shopping, so she was like, let me pick up the heavy cream that we need for the ganache. Because we had everything else. We've had everything else for like 4 months.
Yeah, so we were going to do this for a while. We just like keep not doing it because I'm bad.
That and I just like refused to go grocery shopping.
Fair. But yeah.
Strawberry.
So anyway, we set about making the cookies, except we made more cookies than we originally made during our first attempt at making this recipe because of the fact that we didn't like. So you have to like pipette at one point, and we're not like expert pipetters. So the first time we made them, we like didn't realize the cookies would expand.
Expand as much as they did.
Right, because it's not like they get huge. They're Milanos after all. But they expanded some, and we weren't expecting it. And when they did expand, we ended up with pretty huge cookies because we had done like 3 strands of Milano. So this time we were like, okay, let's not fuck up massively, like I just did. So we did like 2 little strips per strand or per cookie. And that worked a lot better. However, it meant we ended up with like nearly twice the cookies.
Yeah, twice the cookies.
Yeah, and the first time we made them, we were like, hey, we could probably fit more cookies if we had another tray. So I ended up buying another tray just for the sake of making this recipe. Like, this is something that's had a lot of thought gone into it. Listen. I know it wasn't a sneeze.
I know, but I appreciate it.
Right, so we went ahead and loaded up the 3rd tray, and that 3rd tray went on like the bottom rack of the oven. And for those of you who bake fairly frequently, you already know maybe it shouldn't have gone down there.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have moved the rack up a little bit. But we didn't, because we're dumb and inexperienced in baking. So the bottom batch started to burn pretty quickly. We set off the smoke alarm, which had never happened to me in this
Oh
house.
god. And poor Teddy, who's already like tortured because he's in a sweater, starts like violently shivering and kind of freaking out. And he starts not like breathing super terribly, but like enough for me to be concerned. So I had to like walk outside with him and like comfort him and hold him and like be like, yeah, there, it's okay. Like very much like when you're like trying to calm a baby.
Right. So the bottom rack of cookies burned, but not all the way through. They just got really crispy on the bottom and on the edges.
Yeah.
So we were like, maybe we can save some of these, and we took a couple butter knives and started scraping the bottom of the cookies once everything had kind of settled. And
These were not going to our neighbor, by the way. Before you're like, oh my god, how shitty you do. We sent the best cookies, the best of the batch to the neighbors, not for us.
We determined ahead of time, like, the burned cookies, that was going to be our cross to bear.
Yeah.
And milk helped, I will say. Milk helped a good deal.
Oh, okay.
You gotta know you're in for something special. You gotta feel it in your bones. Oh, you're gonna find what you need all in time. If you're looking for it, na 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 na. If you're looking for it, na na.